Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Kopczynski and I'm going to be your instructor in Adult Education 1P31 for the summer term. Welcome to the course. I'm excited to get learning with you this term. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be exploring a number of different topics related to academic success. And I've outlined them here. Each session we're going to be exploring things beginning with your personal learning preferences and then diving into things like critical thinking, note-taking, study skills, and test-taking, and balancing your wellness. And what's really interesting about this particular course is that we're really exploring you and your academic skills and what things you want to work on and what things you're already really great at and you can leverage those strengths. The course will be starting on July 9th. And before we know it, things will be finishing up on August the 27th. So as you can see, this is a condensed format for the summer term. So I encourage you at this point to definitely take a look at the resources on the Sakai site. You're going to find a number of different items here on the overview page that are helpful to you, including my contact information, a link to the textbook, as well as the course schedule. And the course schedule is going to outline for you which of the topics we're going to be exploring each week. Now, the great thing about these topics is that you probably already have some experience with them. And really what this course is about is doing a deeper dive into each of them and exploring what sort of skills have you already developed, what have you been experimenting with, what other strategies might you want to try. And what's unique is that you're really going to get to explore you as a learner. So I encourage you as you move through each of the sessions to try out different strategies, to experiment with different techniques, and to be keeping track of what feels comfortable for you, maybe what doesn't feel comfortable, and thinking about why that might be. If you take this approach at the end of the course, and as we're going through, you're going to start to see a number of changes in your approach to your academic skills. And hopefully this is going to support your academic success, not only in this course, but other courses as well. For this particular course, you're going to be having the opportunity to demonstrate your learning in 4 different types of assessments. The first one is quizzes, which we're going to be using in 10 out of the 12 sessions. Now, the great things about the quizzes in this particular course is while these are 4 marks, these account for 16% of your final grade, they are not just designed to be an assessment tool, but also designed to be a learning tool. So you actually get to go into each quiz, give it a try, get some feedback, and then try it again to see if you can do better, to see if you can really master the knowledge. So I encourage you to have a look at the quizzes early on in the session, maybe give them a try, and then try them again as you move through the material. We're also going to be using discussions in 6 out of our 12 sessions, and these are going to be in the discussion forums, and you'll find that tool on the left toolbar of the Sakai site here. The discussions are an opportunity for you to come together as a group and learn from each other, to test out different things, to talk about your experiences, to talk about strategies you may have tried, and then to get feedback from other students and to provide feedback as well. So on day 2 of the sessions that include a discussion, you're going to be posting your initial comments and thoughts related to a particular question. By 2 days later, on the final day of the session, which is day 4, you're going to be expected to reply to 2 other students and continue on the conversation that they've started. The final 2 components of the course include your personal learning profile, which is due in session 10, and your personal learning plan, which will be due on the final day of the course in session 12. These 2 assignments are really your opportunity to synthesize the reflection that you're going to be doing throughout the course. This course does rely heavily on you reflecting on your learning processes. And the way that we're going to be supporting this is actually beginning right away in week 1 with your journal. And journaling is going to be a central feature of this course. So I encourage you at this point to think about how you want to engage in the journaling, whether it be in a physical notebook or journal itself, or maybe you're going to start a Word document. But journaling is a really key component of Adult Education 1P31, as well as the entire reflection process being really critical to your academic success. You're actually going to be using the journal to support what you're going to be preparing for your personal learning profile and your personal learning plan. So I encourage you to start the journal right away in session 1. It's not something that you really be able to catch up on if you fall behind. The other great thing about your journal is it's going to be a way in which you can engage in critical reflection. So while a lot of us will often think about how did that go, it's a different experience to actually write it down and to make that information and that reflection concrete. So I encourage you to do that. So a few housekeeping issues with the course. We're on the overview site right now in the Sakai site, and this particular page includes some important information, and as I said earlier, it includes my contact information, the textbook, as well as the course schedule, which you can download as a PDF. At the very bottom of the page, you're also going to find 2 tutorials, one that's going to provide you with a navigation overview of our Sakai site, and the other that's going to provide you with a deeper dive into how you submit each of the different assessments. You'll also find some contact information and some important information there for students who are registered with SAS, as well as for students who may have religious, indigenous, or spiritual observances over the course of the term. For students in either of those cases, I encourage you to get in contact with me early on in the course so we can discuss what needs you might have over the course of the term. The other thing I encourage you to do at this point is to have a look at the course materials button on the left-hand side. That's where you're going to find 2 documents. The first is the course outline that'll outline kind of what path we're going to be taking over the next few weeks, as well as the assignment guide. And that's where you're going to find really detailed descriptions of each of these assignments. So I encourage you to take a look at that as soon as possible. And last but not least, if you click on the forums, you're going to find 2 forums are open. The first is the general forum, where you can post your questions, your thoughts. If you wanted to share something with the group, that's your opportunity to have a community with your other learners. It's not for grades, it's just a place for us to post questions, thoughts, ideas. At this point in time, you're going to find a second forum is open, and that's the introductions forum. So this is me introducing myself to you, and I'd really like for you to introduce yourself back. So on the introductions forum, please post a video, maybe a podcast or an audio recording, or a written description that introduces yourself both to me and to the rest of the class. I'm really looking forward to learning more about you. So welcome to Adult Ed 1P31. Welcome to the next few weeks where you're really going to be diving deep into your academic success and hopefully at the end having some really great experiences that'll support your academic growth as a student and as a learner. I'm looking forward to working with you. Have a great term.